Your Excellency, our President, you will recall that in the recent State of the Nation address, which was so eloquently delivered by you, you stated that directives have been given to the Attorney General to commence appropriate measures to return all of CPP's confiscated assets to it. Now, the Council of Elders followed up, and we remember in February in Parliament, during your address, you made this assertion that you have directed the Attorney General to advise on whatever we have put before you. We felt it is very fitting for us to follow up, to come and say thank you for doing what you did, because it was a very bold and courageous gesture of restoration and restitution.
Mr. President, there is one thing which Ghanaians have not taken cognizance of it, and that I rise to congratulate you for your bold, singular, and courageous behavior by going to the Ebola countries. People are not even, they don't even appreciate what you have done. A young man like you, if it were me, no problem, I can die. But you go there and die. And so I congratulate you sincerely on behalf of myself and my family, not the CPP alone, that you were able to decide to go to these three Ebola countries without any reservation. And you have followed it up to today to the international community. And the United Nations has built office in Ghana. Congratulations, Mr. President. So I alone, I will call you Okateje Mahama. Obama.
That's right.
Okateje Mahama.
Thank you very much. Let me say how much I appreciate your visits. Again, it's always a joy to see that God has kept you in good health, because we all know the role you played in, creating this country, Ghana. And if some of us have the privilege of becoming president of this nation, it's because of the struggle you were engaged in to gain us independence. And so it's always a joy to welcome you here to the Flagstaff House. I know the Attorney General has been working on it, and it was the Apalu Commission of Inquiry that carried out those confiscations. And so she's gotten a copy of that Commission of Inquiry report, and identifying the properties and comparing it with the list that you gave us so that we can properly identify the properties that we are discussing. And she would send her recommendations, but I'm sure that at a point in time she would invite you so that she can have a discussion with you about this issue before she sends her final report to me as president. Ghana has come a long way. We have had periods of instability where coup d'etats have taken place. And when coup d'etats have taken place, commissions of inquiry have been set up against members of the previous government and the previous parties. And based on that, all kinds of confiscations have been made. Aside from that, people were prohibited from even participating in the political process. These are all injustices that have occurred in our history. And also, even after the Second Republic was overthrown, the same history repeated itself. And so the previous government attempted to restore some form of reconciliation by setting up the National Reconciliation Commission. But we know that not all issues were dealt with. And so it's not out of place for you to bring a petition to the president to look at any outstanding injustices that have not been rectified. And so the Attorney General is going to take a look at it, and then she'll bring a report to me. But I'm sure that before that report comes, she would have had the opportunity to meet with you, the Council of Elders of the CPP, to discuss the issue. And so I'm hoping that we should be able to put this matter to rest in the shortest possible time. As chair of ECOWAS, you're supposed to be dealing with crisis anywhere in the West African region, so it was my duty to do so. Aside from that, I mean, as a matter of self-preservation, I realized that if anybody didn't do anything, this disease will spread and eventually it will come to my country. And so better for me to, visit and make sure that we galvanize the international community to be able to come to our aid and fight the disease so that it doesn't spread to our country. And that's why I even offered that Ghana be used as a staging post for the fight against Ebola. At that time, a lot of people didn't understand why I did that and thought that it would rather cause Ebola to come. But if your neighbor's house is burning and you don't go and help him to put it off, if the fire engulfs it, it will spread to your own building. And we're very happy that the international community responded positively. And currently, Liberia is counting. In 42 days, if there's no case of Ebola, Liberia will be declared Ebola-free. The cases have drastically gone down in Sierra Leone, and they're trying to mop up the last few cases. And so we're hoping that Sierra Leone will also become Ebola-free. And so I thank you very much again for your visit. And may God protect and preserve you so that we meet again. I don't want us to hold any minute silence the next time we meet. So please look after yourselves. And definitely we'll be in touch again. Thank you.